want to win high wealth, if you want to extend a long reach, let me give you a good philosophical phrase. All values must be won by contest. All values must be won by contest. And after they've been won, they must be defended. You say, wow, you put a pretty heavy task on us. That's what life is all about, a pretty heavy challenge. We don't give large trophies for small effort. If you want to win high health, if you want to win high wealth, if you want to extend a long reach in touching people's lives, you got to engage in some of these extra powerful disciplines. And one is to secure the territory by vigor, and the other is to defend it with equal challenge. Attack. Life was designed not to give us what we want, not to give us what we need, but life was designed to give us what we deserve. Every value in life must be paid for, and those that pay are the ones that give. It says those that give receive. Someone says, I wish to receive, I wish to receive. You don't have to concentrate on receiving. Just become a good giver. It says those that search will find. Someone says, well, I need to find some good ideas to help change my life for the future. Then to find good ideas, that doesn't come because you need them, because it comes because you search for them. If you want good ideas, you got to go after them. You got to go to the class, you got to go to the workshop, you got to go to the training, go to the book, right? You got to go to the journal, right? Go where good ideas are being taught, go searching, go looking, because good ideas are not going to be wasted on those that are not seeking, searching, well prepared. But going, that's the key. Some people are ever learning, but they don't put it into action. They don't really take the action. It's like the man who keeps bringing materials to the building site and never builds anything. He keeps bringing in the sand and the gravel and the windows and the doors and the roofing material, and he just stacks up all these supplies, but he never builds anything. See, if you do that long enough, fairly soon they'll come and take you away. You've got to do something with what you've learned. You've got to take action. You've got to get going. So that's one of the most important things to learn, how to design your days, how to design your weeks, how to design the months, so that you take the proper action to get the proper return that you're looking for, whether it's economic or personal. Get going. It's a major key. When you change, when you get better, it'll get better. If you change, it'll all change. Don't put it on someone else. Hope that someone else will change it for you. Take responsibility for yourself. Take personal responsibility. You can't change the circumstances or the seasons or the wind, but you can change your reading habits. You can change whether or not you go for the skills, burn the midnight oil, turn yourself around, multiply your value by 2, 3, 5, 10. That you've got charge of. That you have control of. If you want your life to change, here's the source of it all. Ideas plus inspiration. The good news is, ideas are not that far away. I've got an excellent phrase for you to consider, one that will serve you well for the rest of your life. Everything you need is within reach. The ideas you need for life change or business change are within listening reach. They're within reading reach. In fact, there's probably a library not too far from you. The problem is, most people pass by libraries. Very few walk in. Andrew Carnegie set up all these libraries across the country thinking everybody would stop in. But no, almost everybody drives right on by. Do you know how many people own a library card in the United States? 3%. And guess how much they cost? Nothing. The ideas are within reach. But here's the key question. Who is going to reach? There's a simple biblical phrase that says, if you seek, you will find. But it's very important to know that finding is reserved for the seekers. We don't find what we need. We find what we search for. If you will search, if you'll try, if you'll go, if you'll listen, ideas are within reach. And ideas are life-changing. There's nothing so powerful as an idea whose time has come. A business idea, a social idea, an investment idea, a good health idea. All you need is a specific idea to make an impact on your life. Ideas can help you gather treasure, gather equity, and gather wealth. 10 years from now, you can be right where you are now, or you can be in a new place. The difference between now and then could be significant in terms of money, lifestyle, treasure, and equity. In 10 years, you can enjoy an incredible life if right here and now you make a small change in your thinking to start you on the journey. The key is to start right now gathering the ideas and making the changes that will take you further along this new road. Ideas can change your life, and sometimes all you need is just one more good idea in a series of good ideas. It's like dialing the numbers of a combination lock. After you've dialed 5 or 6 numbers, the lock may not come open, but you probably don't need 5 or 6 more numbers. Maybe you need just one more number, one more idea. Maybe a seminar or a sermon can provide it. The lyrics from a song could do it. The dialogue from a movie could do it. Conversation with a friend might do it. If you keep your eyes and ears open, you'll find that one last idea you need. Once you find that idea, the lock comes open, and there's the door for you to walk through. Just one more idea, no matter where you get it, may be all you need to open that door of opportunity. If, however, the lock still doesn't open, you may be lacking in inspiration. Who knows why some people are inspired and some are not? Some people find a great idea and turn it down. Some people say that it costs too much. Some people say that it's going to take too much time. Some people are too busy. There are a lot of different reasons why some people are inspired to take advantage of a good idea while others pass it up. I call it mysteries of the mind, and I just leave it at that. There are some things I don't try to figure out. Some people buy and some don't. Some go for it and some don't. Some change and some don't. And if you've been around for a while, you can usually spot those who don't take advantage of a good idea. A man asks me, how come all this stuff goes wrong for me? I say, I don't know. The most I've been able to figure out is that those kinds of things always happen to people like you. I'll bet he's one of the ones who don't take advantage of good ideas. If he continues on that path, he'll probably never find the right combination. That honor will always fall on the one. Yes, man. What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. It's Gerald Peters. Right now this is a live chart of the Tqqq. This is a 1-minute chart. And you can see we popped at the open. It looks like we've already started to put in a... Yeah, it's breaking down now. So we're going into a stage 4 decline on the 1-minute chart. Looks like stock chart's moving a little slower than E-Trade is. But we've come right down to support here. Let's put that on there. And we're going to check in on some trades. And we could easily come down into here. Let's give this a minute. Let this thing stew a little bit, so to speak. And where's my other window? So let's check in on Tesla. Tesla's been an ongoing trade for us. Now Tesla's trading at 181, well beneath this yellow line here is its 200-day moving average. And we saw a nice drop. And confluence is when the different indicators, and we use approximately 6 here for the money flow. We got us an anchor point, which is a bottom. We got RSI went extreme. And as you know, I look for at least 4 bars, 3 bars, depending on the setup. But I need to get price over that 5-day exponential moving average. And that's what we see. And I would expect this to be drawn at least back to the 200, or at the very least back to previous high, which is around the 205 range. So the way we've been playing this in Tesla, this is the regular Tesla chart here. We won't save that.
is the TSLR. Now, if you notice, Tesla is trading at 181. The TSLR is trading at $12, and it is a 1.75 times leveraged Tesla play. So let that sink in.
And that's what we see.
Just for a second. So I'll put these in here as we go along, man. TSLR. I'm going to go ahead and just drop them in, the ones I'm going to look at here. Gush. We added to that yesterday. CONLY, which is the ones, is it 1.5 or 175 Coney. Roku setting up. These are growth plays, by the way. And then Apple, we've been doing is it AAPX or APPX? One of those. We'll see. I may have that wrong. We'll put that in there, man. Then we're going to look here at the... all right, so... Oh, shit, I didn't have this on. All right. I'm going to jump in this, even though the 5-day exponential average is working against us here. I got a feeling we'll run, but maybe not. So we're bouncing off the open. We really didn't get extreme, so probably not the best idea. I just got a feeling we're going to run. So I was saying today in Discord, with the indexes pushing 70 RSI, I really don't expect a lot of too much action, to be honest. I mean, what do I know? It could do whatever it wants to do, right? So we checked on Tesla. Let's look at Coin, excuse me. I got Coney on the mind. So Coin is set up, man. And what I want to bring your attention to, this green line, this is the 20-day moving average. Now, if you do it on this is the 20-day because we're on a day chart. But if we were on a 1-hour chart, it'd be the 20-hour. So it's relative to whatever the time frame is. And you see the same breakout here. And then you saw this big move up. So whatever I get a stage 2, this is what I expect, that it moves up. I don't know how far, but I do know when you start getting a lot of green up in here, it tends to be the top. Another thing I believe is price has memory. So I'd expect it to kind of run at least into this 280 range. That's Coin. Okay. I'm going to save this if you have our chart pack on stock charts. If you're in the MFG, I probably need a better name. I call it MFG Trade Ideas of the Week. I mean, some of these have been here a long time because they're still trade ideas, but we should see that head up. But also CONL. Now, this is the Granite Shares 2X. So notice the price is only $48 and not $223, okay? Making it a little more tradable for smaller accounts. Same chart pattern, same setup, same everything.
Who do, like you, the consistent, disciplined, purposeful, constant search for knowledge. It's where the life-changing ideas are. Pursue knowledge with high expectations. Spend the money, time, and effort. They are all investments, but the payoff is so great it's hard to compare the cost to the reward. First is the money. Set up an educational fund for the programs, the books, the lectures, the seminars, and the videos you need for a constant flow of ideas and inspiration. Take a portion of your income each month and set it aside to invest in the search for knowledge. Remember, the best money spent is the money spent to cultivate the genius of your own mind and spirit. Make sure you don't spend more for frivolous comforts and conveniences than you do for education. The money is a small price. The promise is unlimited potential. The next investment is time, which is an extremely valuable expenditure. It's one thing to ask someone for their money, but to ask them for their time is a much more significant request.
Yes, it is.
Knowledge takes time.
Time is the essential, most valuable asset on planet Earth. Seems like money when you don't have any money, but it actually is time. First page of the money flow says a fractal is a never-ending pattern. Fractals are infinitely complex patterns that are self-similar across different scales. They are created by repeating a simple process over and over again in an ongoing feedback loop driven by recursion, fractals, or images of dynamic systems. So what you see, this is chaos as price hits. And notice these bars, runs up, comes down, runs up, comes down, runs up, comes down. And the pattern that I'm trying, that's the homework. Hold on. So, the pattern I'm trying to make, repetition is the mother of skill. Is right here, right? Stage one is accumulation, where shares are being accumulated. Stage two is that breakout. And one of the things you're going to see in the breakout is price breaks out above the 20-day moving average. Where's the all right, so we got it running here, man. It's already come back down. Shit. Well, they came down fast. Let's give that a second. Driven by recursion, fractals are images of dynamic systems, pictures of chaos. That's what this is. Stocks tend to look like chaos. Now, if we check this 5 minute, momentum's starting to move against us, even though price is still up. Price is king. Whatever price is doing, it's the only thing it pays, right? It's still moving up, so maybe we'll move this other stuff around. So we looked at, what did we look at? We looked at Roku. We looked at Coin. Those both look good. What else? Boom. Oh, man. Nice. So we're running now.
Precious time. The time you spend is irreplaceable. You can get more money, but you can't get more time. However, life has a unique way of rewarding high investment with high returns.
I'm selling a third of this
major
position.
investment of time you're making now could be that small, fine tuning you need for major accomplishments.
So I'm selling a third of my position there.
Last is the investment of effort.
I got filled at 64.85.
Casual learning
64.85.
Learning that opens up the whole mental and spiritual process is truly an investment.
Yeah, so I got filled there at 64.85. So we took off. I just took off a third of it. Should have took off more maybe, but man, I feel like we're gonna run. So, God damn it. We'll see. Let's give it just a second. I think we'll run here. Then we'll look at Gush. We just put a new trade on in Gush. Pull that up. We looked at Tesla. We looked at Coney. Let's look at Gush. Look at the XLE though. Oof. Headed down. Gush. Oof. All right. So we gotta respect the stop here though. I don't know. Somewhere around in here. I don't know. We'll give it a little room. Oof. I got 64.88. Come on, man. Why is this not updated? What the fuck? Come on. Huh. Looks like it's locked. I have it at 64.86 right now.
in effort. And this effort is the investment that opens the floodgates of ideas that can work their magic for you in the marketplace. So I don't hesitate to ask you to spend, in a deliberate and consistent fashion, the money, time, and effort required to reach your goals. These are the investments that turn on the lights, sharpen the focus, and start turning your wishes of wealth and happiness into reality. Let me share with you two of the best sources.
I'm selling
of
another
available.
third of this.
First, there are your own experiences. Become a good student of your own life. It's the information you
push
are
a little
most
higher
familiar
here,
with
and it
feel the
hits
strongest about. So make your own life
64.93.
one of your most.
So we hit the other R side. I got filled at 64.92. It looks like, which hit the other R side. So now I would expect we're going to top out. I don't know if that's true, but we'll see. Well, this is going to be the top. That'd be the stage 3, right? Maybe not. Maybe we keep running right here, distribution. But I got a feeling we start coming down now. So I've sold off all but 1/3 of the position.
Important studies. In studying your own life, be sure to study the negative as well as the positive, your failures as well as your successes. Our so-called failures serve us well when they teach us valuable information. They're frequently better teachers than our successes. One of the ways we learn how to do something right is simply by doing it wrong. Doing it wrong is a great school for learning. But I would suggest that you not take too long doing this. If you've done something wrong for 10 years, I wouldn't suggest taking another 10. But what a close at hand and excellent way to learn. From your own experiences, when I met Mr. Schoaf, I had been working for 6 years. I started when I was 19, and when I met him, I was 25.
All right, we're not under the 20. It looks like the 20 is going to hold. If it holds, I'm going to look to load this trade back up. So if we hold here, I'm going to add more. We'll see. I needed to get above 64.80. Above 64.80. What is it? 81, 82, 64.82. And I'll put it back on.
He said to me, Mr. Ron, you have been working now for 6 years. How are you doing? I said, not very well. He said, I suggest you not do that anymore. 6 years is long enough to operate with the wrong plan. Next, he asked, how much money have you saved in the last 6 years? I said, not any. He said, who sold you on that plan 6 years ago? What a fantastic question. Where did I get my current plan that wasn't working well? Everyone has bought someone's plan. The question is, whose plan have you bought? Those initial confrontations may be a little painful at first, especially if you have made as many errors as I have. But think of the progress you can make when you finally confront those errors by becoming a better student of your own life. The second way to learn is from other people's experiences. Remember, you can learn from other people, whether they have done things right or wrong. You can learn from the negative as well as the positive. The Bible is such a great book because it is a collection of human stories representing both sides of the ledger.
Adding shares right now.
Some human stories are called.
Adding shares. I got filled at 64.81. So I'm back in a full position. Amazon plans to give Alexa an AI overhaul and a monthly subscription price. I don't know who would pay for that, but I guess somebody would. It says Target shares tumble 10% as consumers buy fewer groceries and home goods. We're at 64.87. It's moving a little slow on stock charts. Let's look at Target. So Target shares tumble 10%. Woo! would not buy here, even though I'm a shareholder. Yep, just wait. We got to wait and see what happens here, man. I'm going to save this in our chart pack so I come back to it.
Examples. Do what these people did. Other human stories are called warnings. Don't do what these people did. What a wealth of information. Knowing what to do and what not to do. If your story ever gets in somebody's book, make sure they use it as an example, not a warning. There are 3 ways to learn from other people. The first is to listen to the programs and read the books by and about people who have accomplished great things.
Not a lot of
all the successful
news, actually.
people around the world I know and work with are good readers. They are driven to read because they just have to know. It is one of the things they all have in common. Here's an excellent phrase. All leaders are readers. Successful people also listen to audio programs, especially while they're in the car or during other times when they can't read. Programs can help all of us easily pick up new ideas and skills. Did you know there are programs and books on how to be stronger, more decisive, a better speaker, a more effective leader, have a better effect on other people, become more loving, develop a more winning personality, get rich, develop persuasive influence, become sophisticated? And people don't utilize these resources? How would you explain that? Did you know that hundreds of successful people have written their stories in books? And
all right, we're still above it. Money flow trading system uses a simple 20 SMA. As a rule, if price is above the 20 SMA, we look to trade from the long side, and if price is considered bullish and price is below the 20 SMA, we look to trade from the short side or go to cash, and price is considered bearish. So we're still holding this 20 here, man, even though the 5-day is turned down. I'd like to add shares, but I got a pretty big position on right now. The SMA helps to smooth out price data over the last month of trading. The market is generally open for trading 20 days a week. The price is moving higher now. It's at 64.88. We're going to look to take profits if it I don't know why it's moving so slow on stock charts. Jesus. Around 64.95, if we can get up there, I'm going to look to sell some. And I'll sell a third on the first. And we've already took this trade down. Then I put it all back on, if you remember. Okay, so here we go. And you can, if you're trading close and tight, boom. Damn, it almost hit it. It's close. With a quick glance of a chart, you can get a general view of the side of the market you should be working on. Should you be long or should you be short? The 20 SMA can quickly point you in the right direction. Here we go. Damn, it's coming down.
Told the world how they became successful. And most people don't want to read or listen to them. How would you explain that? They're busy, I guess. They say, if you worked where I work, you'd know that by the time I struggle home, it's late. I've got to have a bite to eat, watch a little TV, and go to bed. I can't stay up.
CLSK's Clean Spark. This is a Bitcoin play. We've been in this for a minute, and it's moving higher. Could easily push up to this 24, 25 range. We've been in that one since like $4. Roku. Come on, Roku. Roku's just building out this nice stage 1 here. It's funny. Stage 1, stage 1, stage 3. I like Roku here at $58, man. It's not a bad setup. Stage 1 undervalued. SoFi has been trading in the $7 range for like 6 months. It's been the average price with one quick explosion. I like it. What's up with Uber? Uber continues to drift down to the 200-day moving average. Lyft. Like Lyft here. Boy, we are not going anywhere, are we?
Half the night and read. Imagine someone who is behind on his bills. He's a good worker and very sincere. Unfortunately, you can be sincere and work hard all your life and wind up broke, confused, and embarrassed. You've got to be better than a good worker. You've got to be a good reader and a good listener. You don't have to read or listen to educational programs half the night. Although if you're broke, it's a good place to start. All you need are just 30 minutes a day. That's all. Stretch it to an hour if you can, but set aside at least 30 minutes. Hear or read something challenging, something instructional, at least 30 minutes a day, every day. Miss a meal, but not your 30 minutes. You can get along without some meals, but you can't get along without some ideas, examples, and inspiration. There's a biblical phrase that says, man cannot live on bread alone. The most important thing, aside from bread, is words. Words nourish the mind. Words nourish the soul. Humans have to have food and words to be healthy and prosperous. Make sure you have a good diet of words every day. And remember that to properly feed the mind, you must maintain good balance. Don't just read or listen to the easy material. You can't live on mental candy. With good books and programs, you can tap into the treasure of ideas. And if somebody has a good excuse for not tapping into the treasure of ideas for at least 30 minutes every day, I'd like to hear it. You wouldn't believe some excuses I've heard. Don't make the same mistake. Invest the money, get the program.
I think we're going to hold here.
The best money you can spend is money invested in your self-education. Don't shortchange yourself when it comes to investing in your own better future.
Oh, man. Tempted to add shares here. I think we hold. Yeah, I'm going to add shares here. What the fuck, bro?
The guy says,
Jesus.
I want to be a great leader. Wonderful. The first thing we do is follow him to his house. When we get there, we walk in and check his library. Number one. Somebody says, well, why check his library? The reason is because what a man reads pours massive ingredients into his mental factory, and the fabric of his life is built from those ingredients. Making sure you don't spend major time on minor things. This is why you need to think on paper. Put your game plan on paper to make sure you're not spending major time on minor things. Little phrase I have says, don't mistake movement for achievement. Destination is not determined by hope. It's not determined by wish.
This thing here, man.
Destination is determined by direction. You cannot change destination overnight. But here's what you can change today, and overnight you can change direction. And it is so fascinating what a little small change of direction will do. A few decisions in discipline, a few decisions in learning, a few decisions in change of behavior, change of habit, a few decisions in setting goals that you sort of let drift before. Like I did at age 25, didn't have a list. I immediately started to change that. And I immediately started to change my direction so that very quickly
we got blown out there.
I started heading this direction. In less than 7 years,
we got blown out there. I don't know why it's moving so slow on stock charts. That sucks. Man, let's check Apple, and then I'm going to get out of here. Yeah. I need to figure out why the fuck stock chart's moving so slow. So the Apple, if you're in this AAPX with me, I mean, we're hitting 72 RSI. Let's check regular Apple. Same thing, 74 RSI. Got a completed swing trade from one extreme RSI to the next, bottom to top. So I don't know. It's topping out as the market's topping out, I guess. This thing's coming right back, man. Yeah, see the market. I mean, the SPY's at almost 70. Dow is kind of holding in there. Q's right at 69. This trade's setting right back up again. So I don't know. No, I wouldn't do this. The MACD on the 5-minute is just saying down. So if we go to the 5-minute on the Qs, go down the histogram, I mean, it's still pointing down. I'd like to see that turn up before I start fucking with it. This here. That's it, man. I'll probably come in a little later. Shit, I didn't mean to leave that on the whole time. I'll come in later and we'll see what's up, man.